we are also given an opportunity to put a smile on God's face. And how is that? As we serve our neighbors through this concert, we allow ourselves to become God's hands and feet to embrace, to reach the suffering people. As Jesus said also, whatever you do to the least of these my children, you do it unto me. So ito po ay ginagawa natin, hindi lamang para sa konserto at para sa atin, ginagawa po natin ito para sa kaluwalhatian ng Diyos. And so, mga kababayan, I encourage everyone, wherever you are, in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, all these 7,100 islands, and all countries around the world, whether your church, your parishes, your mosques, the schools, the health, the government, and in the business sector, of course, the media and entertainment, in your homes and communities, to tune in and join this free concert. Register now. Invite your whole family and all your neighbors. Kapit kamay po tayo, mga kababayan, and we will heal as one. Let us give our best for our country. Let us give our best for God's glory. Mabuhay po ang global Filipino. Mabuhay po ang bawat isang Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Reverend Bishop Noel Alba Pantoja. It's true, our intent, our only intent is really to heal the land. But first of all, heal the bodies, the hearts, and minds of all Filipinos. Maraming salamat po. And now, for an advocacy that has always been closest to my heart, is to save the street child. Father Rocky Evangelista, President and founder of Tuloy Foundation, Inc., Home for Street Children.
Thank you, Corey. And I think it's going to be anticlimactic after having heard Bishop Roel, Father Tony, and then your welcome and introduction, Corey, and of course the great words from Jerry, the VP for Fabio. What else can I say? But here I am. Well, for those who hear me for the first time, we have been serving for the last 28 years, thousands of orphans, abused children, school dropouts, street kids. And we have grown from 12 kids 28 years ago to 1,000 kids. But because of the pandemic, we have now on bubble 150 orphan street kids. And we have been taking care of them for the last 15 months. Can you imagine how we survive? Our own friends and benefactors themselves have a lot of concerns, financially or otherwise, and yet it looks like God works his miracles in times of difficulties for those who want to become the best instruments of God. And so from what has been said by Father Tony and Bishop Noel and Jerry and Corey, perhaps let me pick up some key words. Key words is united, isang tinig, isang lahi. Fabio, Filipino-American voice united. I think the first inspiring thought here is unity. We are one. We are one even if we come from different places, even if we have different political persuasion or even belong to different churches, because loving and serving destroy all boundaries. That is the beauty of serving, especially those most in need. And therefore, if we talk of unity, I think it's very much in tune with what Jesus prayed to the Father. Father, that they may be one as we are one. And therefore, if that is one of the last and beautiful prayer and the legacy that the Lord Jesus wanted to leave, that we be one, this Fabio, this one voice, Philam Voice United, and Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi, is a tiny but very emphatic voice manifestation of the message of unity. And for that, we salute everyone. You know, in 2 months to organize this, how many meetings do we have, Corey, Jerry, and Juanita? How many? I said, where are we going? Is this going anywhere? Huh? Trying to reach out to so many different places in the US, in Canada, Australia, and other countries, in European countries, and organize it in the Philippines, and trying to get performance, the best artists. You must be kidding me to do that. But as Jerry said, and Ronita, as he said, it was an inspiration. An inspiration is not man-created. It is planted in the mind and the heart of fertile soil who want to do something good. God is the sower, and he sowed the seed of inspiration to some people. And in the US, Miss Gomez and Jerry, and they called Corey. And Corey saying, without knowing the details, of course, let us make the impossible possible. Hey, Corey, come on. Can you say that on your own? Even though you are intelligent, you're beautiful, you are limited because you're going to talk to a lot of people. You may talk to one or two, but I think everyone that you talk to, the artists, everyone, of course, yes. And what does that mean? It is God inspired. It is coming from God. It is a mission from God. And because it does come from him, it cannot fail. Because it cannot fail, this is what drives us today and on June 26, 27. So therefore, my second word is, after the word united, is inspiration. And the third may be the magnitude that it is now growing into. It's awesome, awesome. As they say among the kids now, angas. There's a bite. There's a elan vital. There's a K. Just everyone who listens, even to this briefing, will say, "Let me be part of it." Oh, come on, let me be part of it. It's awesome, and because it is awesome, somebody said a word. It is historical. No. Let me put it. We are creating history, a history that once in 2021, there's a group of Filipinos inspired to do something that can be imitated, that can be repeated, that can be a legacy for years to come, because there'll be Filipinos who will always be in need. There'll be Filipinos who are working abroad in different areas. And if we set the example, we can be one, we are inspired, we can be united, we are an awesome race, we are an awesome Filipinos. And that makes us courageous and be proud of. Isang lahi. And the fourth is, we are doing this in the most unfavorable time, pandemic. Every one of us here and abroad, we have our own concern. Don't we have enough trouble at home? Corey, don't you have enough problem at home? Why go into this? Times are tough, but as they say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And the resiliency of the Filipino never say die. We survived many colonizers, and this and COVID a colonizer. Oh, peanuts. Why did it last so long? Because we allowed ourselves to be stymied with hopelessness and helplessness. You know, a hopeless person becomes more sick when they feel nobody cares for them. A helpless person can die out of despair because no one cares for them. Already this conference, if people see it, they say, wow, a lot of Filipinos here and abroad, they organize themselves here. They're thinking of us. Those who are sick and hopeless are 50% cured today just by listening to this, because they will resume the will to live because somebody cares, somebody loves. And this is our experience with our street kids here. Hopeless in despair, who can be time-bound to society. When they see that they're taken care of, somebody cares. Oh, there is hope. And therefore, the fifth word, I say, hope. This Fabio, this Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi is bringing hope. To tell me all the problems in the world. Tell me the problems in the country. We are a country who never loses hope. We have survived and we will survive this. First of all, as I said, it is God-inspired to unite us together, and it is to serve those whom He came to serve, the least, the lost, and the last. And doing this, can you imagine going forward when our time has come, 100 years from now? Do you think God can refuse a soul who was helped another soul? Can you simply think? Even for our own spiritual well-being, I was instrumental in giving solace and hope to this poor person who otherwise, without us, we have allowed ourselves to become instruments of God. This soul is life again. And so the words are united. It is inspired. It is awesome. We are creating history. We are living a legacy. And it should be fascinating. Doing good to others is never easy. We must be ready for difficulties. There are those who say, oh, it cannot be done. Oh, why do you do this? Oh, this or that. And usually, these are those who don't do anything. The Miron are the best critics, etc. Doing good is not a walk to the park. But sometimes difficulties are necessary even in order to purify and strengthen us. We will do it in spite and despite of the difficulties. But ours is, when we become the useful instruments, we can be humble and thank God. Thank God. Thank all our friends for making me a little instrument for that somebody, for that dying person, for that hopeless person, for that Swiss child, for that orphan. Can you imagine what kind of well-being that we feel when we do this? It is priceless. It is worth all the money in the world. And therefore, the call for unity through this concert may it be a legacy that we will continue while we are alive, and many, many more join our forces. Can you imagine all the Filipinos abroad and here in the country, Cory, Jerry, and Miss Gomez, Juanita? Can you imagine? Already, I can see from your face the joy. It's happening. It's happening. Cory, you said, here we are at last, etc. And so thank God. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the organizers and those who have been inspired. Thank you, all those who are here, our artists, our performers, and sponsors. Please join this movement. It should be an avalanche. It should be something that will catch fire. It should be a blaze. We light the fire today. May it be a blaze of helping people by uniting our Filipinos here and abroad. May God bless us all. Thank you very much, Cory. Thank you very much, Ms. Juanita Gomez and Jerry. Thank you for spearheading this. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Father Rocky, for those inspiring words. It's true, we are all instruments of God. And once we allow ourselves to become the instrument of goodness, then we realize what our true destiny is, which is to serve. Thank you, Father Rocky, for reminding us of that. Is a representative from ABS-CBN Foundation here? We are still waiting. Yes?
Yes, Paul is here.
Paul Mercado?
Yeah. Hi, Miss Corey.
Hi, Paul, and welcome to ABS-CBN Foundation, and thank you for ABS's full support.
Thank you so much din po, ma'am.
Would you like to share some inspiring words?
Okay. Well, ang hirap kasi sundan ng mga naunang messages. But, you know, we believe kasi in ABS-CBN Foundation that we're not just a nation, no? But like what you've said, we are a community, we're a global community of people whose genuine love for the Philippines can never be questioned. I mean, it's a fact, okay? And last year, it was really tough, not just for us, but I think for everyone. And this year, I think mas magiging mahirap because we're facing unprecedented levels of humanitarian and health crisis. But with FAVU, the Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi, we hope that we'll be able to make people realize that the discomfort of our kababayans in need, and hopefully we can compel them to join us in making a little bit comfortable yung pakiramdam o yung pagkabuhay ng iba nating mga kababayan nangangailangan by just participating in this event, all for the spirit, I think, of love, unity, and generosity. Yeah, and to FAVU, Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi, and the group behind it, makakaasa po kayo na we will always be here to help you. And like what we always say in ABS, we will always be in the service of every Filipino po. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much to you, my friend, Paul Mercado of the ABS-CBN Foundation. Happy to be working with you and sharing all the goodness that we can spread all over. Now let's, we have a representative from the PGH Medical Foundation.
Beng.
Yes po, good
Ben,
morning.
can you just, Dr.
Yeah,
Gana?
can you see me? Can you? Unfortunately po, Dr. Gana is not available to join us.
You can remove your mask, Ben.
Sorry ma'am, I'm here at the office. So I cannot remove the face mask. Sorry about it. Naka-face mask po kami. We're just
Madami kayo sa
observing the health protocol here in PGH. Yeah, unfortunately with Dr. Gana, I think he has an OR po this morning. So we still don't know when he's going to be available.
Okay.
I'm here, Beng.
Ayan na, sir.
Here, Dr. Porong.
Nandiyan pala eh.
Diyan ka pala, sir eh.
Okay, here is my
Sir.
good friend, Dr. Porong Gana, who is the president of the PGH Medical Foundation, whom I have worked with for how many years now, Porong?
Tagal na. More
Let's not
than,
date ourselves.
no.
15 years.
Yeah, anyway, on behalf of the PGH Medical Foundation, you know very much the kind of work we do, Corey. You've been a part of the foundation for so many years. We've been helping the less fortunate patients, no? And I'm happy that we have this organization, the Fabio, that is willing to help our fellow Filipinos who need help. In this event, well, we would like to encourage participation as much as possible. And I'd like to thank the organizers because we in the foundation is a beneficiary of this project. So hoping for a very, very successful event. And thank you. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you, Dr. Porong Gana. And we will do God's good work to save a lot of the indigents that enter the charity wards, even the emergency rooms of PGH. Alam po ninyo how many troop to the charity wards every month. Right, Doc? We have about 5,000, right, who enter?
Yeah.
So can you
And
imagine
then-
how many?
And the emergency room is almost always fully packed.
I know. The need is never ending. And that is why the need for assistance is also never ending. So thank you, Dr. Porong. Now I think we are ready for the message of support. Jerry Perez de Tagle, are you ready to introduce our guest of honor?
I am ready, Cory. I've been thinking a lot about this introduction, and I want to start off by saying that when I grew up, I realized I saw poverty all the time, and it became normal to me. And I always looked up to developing countries. Maybe it's my colonial upbringing. Okay? And parang naging normal yon. However, the person I'm introducing today is a very, very good model that has changed my viewpoint and the viewpoint and inspired millions of people. It is a true story modeled in his own life of where he came from and to what he has achieved. Because, in the person that I'm introducing now, he is an epitome that we Filipinos have defined global culture. Let me say that again. Filipinos have defined global culture. Our artists, our celebrities, and our icons. And there's no bigger icon than this person I am introducing right now. And the key takeaway in my pride to introduce him is that I saw in him that we are not victims of our environment. Whatever our environment is, we are not victim to it because he showed us that we can conquer and be victorious over our environment. And so, taas noo po tayo. We stand tall for a man who epitomizes and models courage, valor, humility, and spirituality. Let me introduce Senator Emmanuel Manny Pacquiao.
I think while waiting for Senator Manny, Jerry, does he have
Yes.
okay, there's a little bit of delay. We just got the text. Can we
He-
ask?
He is in already. I saw him coming into the group. He joined around 5 minutes ago. I'm looking for him right now. And so I thought his coming in was so perfect in its timing. Maybe there's just a technical issue.
From Jensen, no?
Bernard Peralta is here also. And I was just saying, I was preparing for my introduction for Senator. And it has been such a great honor to get to know him, not only from seeing him in his victories in the boxing ring or reading his biography, but in the last 2 years, I've had this opportunity to get to know the man and to see his passion. He's a focused man. He gets things done, is what I can say. I think, yes, Senator Pacquiao is on board. Naka-mute lang po si Senator. I see his picture. I see your picture, Senator. Naka-mute po kayo. Okay, there's a note here from Mr. Joey Hernald that we just stand by. I think he just came from his hearing in the Senate, and he just arrived in our chat, in our Zoom meeting just 5 minutes ago. I think
No
he's just
problem.
preparing.
No
So I
worries.
wanted to say this personal vignette of getting to know him, because of course when you see an icon in the big screen, it's different po. You know, tingala po tayo. Then when you read about him in the news or in his biography, you're touched and inspired. But it's different when you get to see the man in flesh and to feel the energy and of his spirituality. That's what I felt. And I had an opportunity talking with him last night, also in Zoom. He was in General Santos City, and I'm calling from Florida in the United States. But still, it was already 1 a.m. in the morning, and the senator was still working hard at 1 a.m. Philippine time. Amazing. And so we trust for his continuing health and continuing victory, because for me, you model what is possible from being victim to the environment and poverty of society. You have showed us a way through discipline, through humility, through hard work, and a vision. You have a vision for your life and for your country that has touched people's lives. And you are an icon, not just for Filipinos, but you're an icon all over the world. Everywhere I go, when I say I'm Filipino, they say, Pacman. When I go with Latinos, the Mexicans, the Latinos love Senator Pacquiao. So he's, I believe, an epitome of what it is to be Filipino, of our resilience, of one voice. He sings with that voice. And I also want to say this. When we thought of doing this concert, the first person I asked was, would Senator Pacquiao be willing to donate his time and be part of this vision? And when he said yes, it became real from a thought, from an idea, naging totoo po. Because if Senator Pacquiao said, hindi pwede, wala akong time, whatever, then guess what? This Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi, in my opinion, would probably not have happened. That is the reality of it. And so after, in principle, we got a green light na sasama siya, he will be there. Doon po nabuo. And then we created the global coalition from many countries to make it from drawing from thought in reality. And here we are. I truly believe it's a miracle. And Senator Manny Pacquiao is a man of miracles, of what you present and what you create. So this has been a great opportunity. I know Joey was saying that, and the staff of Senator Pacquiao, I think he's just getting ready from his Senate hearing.
Yes, I'd like to acknowledge also, Jerry, the
Yes,
Friends of the Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption. I don't know if
please.
they're shy to speak. Is Merly San Pedro there? Arlene? Florentino? Were you able to check if the ACC is there?
Actually, yeah.
Merly, are you here?
Si Janet Marco nandito. Baka gusto niya pag sila
Janet is here?
sa Basilia.
We should hear from Janet. Jerry, what do you think? We'll wait for the senator and then Janet can speak.
Yes. Yes, and I also invited the president of the Way to Happiness Foundation, si Sultan Tomas Kabili Jr. I don't know if he's in as also if he's around, but if not, yes, let's hear from the ACC. That's how I met you, Cory, and so I owe it to VACC.
Alam po ninyo,
Janet,
Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption, ay isang NGO. We were established in 1998. And upon the inspiration of Dante Jimenez, who passed away recently, we lost our good chairman. And Dante served quite well as the chair of the Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission. So since Dante's passing, I have taken on the chairmanship of the ACC. And one of our greatest advocacies is ikaw, ihinto krimen against women. So we champion the cause of battered women and women who are oppressed, women who are victims of crime. And that's only one of our advocacies. But the rest would be exposing crime and corruption as well. So it's not an easy job because it's all volunteerism. And since the pandemic, all our volunteers are scattered all over the country, but still ready and willing to serve and still reporting crimes and still accompanying victims of crime. And could we ask you please to mute your mic? Thank you. And still reporting crimes that need to be exposed. And also one of our advocacies is to accompany victims of crime for the court watching. In short, we watch the case. We watch the development of every case. So I would just represent the ACC since our vice president is not here or our president. So there we are. We'd like to report maybe some development from development on the number of
Janet.
attendance. Arlene.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think Janet. Can we have Janet?
This
Janet.
Janet Marco, I saw you.
Yes, sir.
Can-
I'm here.
Yes.
Hello,
Janet
Janet.
Marco from Philippines and New York
Hi,
has been a
Jeanette.
key miracle
Oh,
in making things happen as becoming part of the team to make things happen. Janet, could you surprise us if you want to share whatever you want to share, Janet?
actually,
Okay.
sir, good afternoon,
Oh wait.
everyone who are currently online right now in this very, very momentous activity. My name is Jeanette Bocobo Marco. I'm the founder, the CEO of Basilia Women's Foundation. Uh, uh, we actually are nonprofit 501c3 based in New York. Is actually whose aim is actually women who are of domestic violence. So we have shelters in New York and we have shelters in Manila, which is in of the nasa Tarlac yan, specifically for rescue operation ng NCR regions 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what we currently do is through the coordination of the local government and Department of Social Welfare and Development and other nonprofit foundations rescue women, children, and guys as well, men who are victims of domestic violence. So in New York, we are concentrating on the Filipino community as well as the Asian community because there is no place for them now. Takot ang mga bayan if you go to, the north. Currently, I'm very encouraged because we all share the same mission and vision to help the people who are victims of the coronavirus, the other
Okay.
benefits.
Very good.
So currently, we have several companies on board. Masaya po kami na naka-join sila to help us with this mission. So maraming salamat po for efforts that we take together to, to help ease out the sufferings of this pandemic, including the ones who are in mandatory lockdown because those victims of this one actually trap the women with their abusers, isolate people, and the resources that would help.
Thank you.
Jeanette. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janet.
Start our
You are a
Q&A.
godsend.
We can start
So-
our Q&A while waiting for Senator Pacquiao. Can I
Yeah, I
turn
think
it-
no, Senator, I just received the message that Senator is already here and I see him on screen. So I would just want to call Senator, I gave a impassioned introduction of you of how we Filipinos are not victims of our environment. We conquer and we are victorious over the environment, and you represent that Filipino spirit. So Senator, can we call on you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes po. Good morning po, Mr.
Tanghali
Senator.
po sa lahat. Good afternoon to all of you. Caritas Philippines Executive Secretary Father Tony Lablao, Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi Project Chair Ms. Coria Quirino, Filipinos Abroad Voices United Chair Juanito Ninfa, Roy Gomez, FABO President and Vice Chair Jerry Perez Tagli, Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi Production Partner, a team represented by Mr. Ogie Alcacid, Caritas Philippines National Director Reverend Bishop Jose Colin Bagacoro, Philippines Council of Evangelical Churches Reverend Bishop Noel Alba Pantuha, President and our moderator Mr. Justin Ions, and to all of our partners in this virtual concert. Good afternoon to all of you. Pasensya na kayo, medyo na-late ako. At at least nakahabol. Let me thank everyone of making this historic event possible. Thank you to all your efforts and hard work to organize this event. Congratulations, because we were able to hurdle all barriers, including time zone barriers. The COVID-19 pandemic has led this world to a dramatic loss of human life. Most of the casualties are either our loved ones, friends, and people we know. We saw in our very own eyes the unprecedented challenges it brings to our lives. This pandemic affected each and every one of us. The economic and social disruption brought by the pandemic is devastating. Millions of people fell into extreme poverty, joblessness, and hopelessness. Since March last year, or 15 months exact, we've been to places to extend whatever help we can. Manny Pacquiao Foundation, in partners with Jack Ma Foundation and some friends, were able to raise around 1 billion pesos. These funds were used to buy PPEs, medical equipment, biscuits donated to private and in public hospitals. Aside from this, relief packs and financial assistance were distributed to around 100,000 families affected by the pandemic and calamities. I personally saw the impact of the pandemic and series of disasters to the lives of our countrymen in different places. What really inspired me most is the indomitable and bayanihan spirit of Filipinos, reaching for pitching whatever they have to help. Yan po ang galing ng Pilipino. Voluntarism among our frontliners was the well-being of our community in time of crisis. This spirit blossomed and went viral not only here in our country but even abroad amid the growing concern in coronavirus disease. These Filipino traits give us hope and erase all uncertainties. So once again, thank you to all your effort and hard work to organize this event. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this event. Thank you, Corey and Jerry. Thank you to all the organizers. Once again, congratulations to all of you.
May pong
God bless.
salamat, Senator Manny Pacquiao.
Dagang salamat, sir.
To keep on going. Siyempre, tuloy ang laban. At ang laban ay para sa bayan.
Salamat po. Thank you.
Senator. Moving forward, we're going to open the Q&A. May I turn this over to Justin Iron of ABS-CBN.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Justin Ayers, and I'll be your moderator for the question and answer. Thank you so much for our friends from the media for joining us this morning, and we'll be entertaining questions from the media. I'll just briefly explain. We have 3 ways to ask questions. You can PM me or you can chat me in the chat box. You can raise your hand using the raise your hand option here in Zoom, or you can just chat me the actual question if you want it to be read. All right. For our first set of questions, we have from TV Patrol, MJ Felipe. Hi, MJ.
Hi, Justin. Tita Cory, magandang umaga sa inyo dyan. And Senator Manny Pacquiao, magandang umaga rin po. Senator Manny, kakanta ba kayo sa concert na to?
Yes, kakanta tayo. At least siguro mga 1-2 kanta.
Wow. Sen, nakikipagsabayan ka kina kina Leia, kina Regine, kina Ogie, kina Martin.
Para sa ating mga kababayan. Marami tayong ginagawa, but it's okay. I have time to be part of this event, prestigious event.
Yes. Kay Miss Cory naman po. Miss Cory, parang ang galing, no? Paano niyo po nabuo ito? I mean, like, asked all these artists to jump on board and be part of this, again, what you mentioned, like historical and a milestone event. I even saw David Pomeranz in the poster kasi parang sa lagi siyang nasa Pilipinas, adopted na rin natin na kababayan niya si David, Miss Cory.
Alam niyo, MJ, sa isang dasal at maraming dasal, sa katutak na dasal at panalangin sa Panginoon na sana mangyari itong konsyerto na ito. At alam po ninyo, ang daming mababait na tao sa buong mundo. Lalong-lalo na si Nympha Games, ang chairman ng Phil and Voice United, si Jerry Perez de Tagle. At unang tinawagan ko ay si Rabi Luktu, partner ni Ogie Alcacid. Pumayag si Ogie, sabi niya, 60 days to put a concert together, napakahirap yun. Sino ba talaga ang tatanggap ng proyektong ito? Pero tinanggap ni Ogie ang grupo niya. So I want to thank the team for that. Tapos lahat ng mga ibang pumasok, especially ABS-CBN. At kung titingnin natin yung list ng mga stars, ay mostly Star Magic artists. At si Cory Vidanes po, she came to the rescue. Sabi niya, okay, we will support presyong kapamilya, pasok ang mga Star Magic artists, at si David Pomeranz naman pumasok dahil sa kagandahang loob ni Jerry Perez de Tagle. At ang aming pinaka-global celebrity na si Senator Manny Pacquiao, our champion, pumayag din. At pumayag din si Lea Salonga. So everything just came together. Para sa amin, malaking himala po ang nangyari. And the miracle is happening now and today as we speak.
Congrats po, Miss Cory, and we're looking forward to the concert. Kukuha na ako ng free ticket ko sa KTX. Salamat po.
Ilang free ticket gusto mo?
Okay lang po isa for the whole family. Kasi ganun yun parang you just need one and then blast it on the screen and then the whole family can watch. Thank you po, Tita Cory.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, MJ Felipe of TV Patrol. For our next question, from TV5 and One News Philippines, we have Von Belinario. Von?
Hi, Justin. Hi, Miss Cory. Hi, Senator Pacquiao. And good afternoon po, everyone. First question ko po ay para kay Senator Pacquiao. Hi, Sen. Good afternoon po.
Hello.
Hi, Sen. Maayong adlaw, Sen. Sen, syempre marami na kayong mga ginawang proyekto, mga charitable works for the past years ninyo, being a boxer, being a politician. Pero how special is this? And what made you decide to to have your participation dito sa napakagandang proyekto na ito?
Alam mo, this event is so unique. For the first time, no, magkakaroon tayo ng concert sa online concert at malaking bagay ito at karangalan at isa ito na nakakapagbigay ng encouragement and inspiration to all our kababayan na tagal na rin hindi nakapanood ng concert ng ating mga singers, especially sa lahat ng mga Filipino singers na matagal nang inaabangan, pati na rin ako, matagal nang inaabangan na makita na kumanta yung ating mga magagaling na mga singers sa ating bansa. So ito ay napakalaking karangalan to be part of this event at marami ding matutulungan ang event na ito doon sa mga pamilya na affected by this pandemic. So nagpapasalamat talaga ako doon sa pag-organize, sa lahat ng mga organizers, especially to Corey Quirino for doing her best to help the people. So, thank you.
Senator Manny, ano po ba yung piyesa na kakantahin nyo? Sabi nyo nga kakanta kayo ng 2 songs. Pwede na ba naming malaman kung ano yon?
Probably baka yung kanta ko, yung Lalaban Ako and then Para Sa'yo.
Wow, nako. We're looking forward to that, Senator Manny. Thank you po. And for next question ko po kay Miss Cory. Hi, Miss Cory. Good afternoon po.
Hello. Hello po.
Miss Cory, just give us a brief background. What can we expect from this concert? Ano po ba ito? Live? Sunod-sunod? May mga sequence po ng performers? What will happen dito po sa digital concert na ito?
Ang mangyayari ay talagang kwento ng ating bayan. Kwento ng pagdudusa ng ating mga kababayan. At it's a story of despair, a story of pain, but a story of hope and rebuilding. A story of people being united. It's really a story of triumph in the end. Kasi hindi kami susuko, yan ang mensahe sa aming konserto, sa aming Live Aid Philippines. And the idea really is to heal every heart and for them to never lose hope. At the same time, in between all those messages, from the hurt to the pain, to the despair, to the healing, to the faith in God, and then to the triumph overcoming this pandemic. In between are the songs of these wonderful artists that are giving their talent to make the message even more felt, more heartfelt. So every song supports the message. Kaya yan ang aming flow sa 2.5 hours. Actually, hindi na 2 hours. Naging 2.5 hours na concert.
Nako, excited na kami dyan, Miss Cory. Thank you so much po. Thank you so much everyone and keep safe po. God bless po.
God bless.
Thank you, Von. I read the next question. It's from Salve Asis of Filipino Star ngayon. The first question is for Senator Manny Pacquiao. Senator, maliban po sa pagpa-perform nyo dun sa actual Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi concert na mapapanood sa KPX, ano po yung extent ng participation nyo po para sa proyektong ito?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes po, Senator.
Ang participation ko dito is isa lang po ako sa magbibigay ng inspiration sa ating mga kababayan at ang intention natin is para makatulong tayo doon sa mga at least kahit papaano hindi naman lahat matulungan but at least malaking tulong itong online concert na ito at part of the proceeds or income ng ano na to itutulong din sa mga affected by pandemic ang nangangailangan.
Thank you po, Senator. The next question po of Ms. Salve Asis is to Ms. Cory Quirino. Ms. Cory, ayan, meron daw po bang target amount ang fundraising event na ito?
Actually, wala kaming target amount. Ang target amount namin ay unlimited sana. Unlimited ang sa pagbibigay ng donasyon sa aming cause. But yes, we will be happy with $1 million as set by our chairman, Nympha Games, who's on the screen right now. Nympha, what is our target? I'll throw it back to you. She's our chairman.
1 million, hindi pesos, pero dollars sana.
Ayan. Siguro before I read the next question from the media, I'll ask Sir Jerry Perez de Tagle. Sir, there are a lot of initiatives, but why choose a concert to be your project to gather funds for those in need ngayong COVID-19 pandemic?
I like your question. You know, kasi as art and art, when they sing, it cuts through whatever emotions they're feeling. So people may feel down, may feel depressed or sad or helpless, but through the artistry of song, we can be uplifted very quickly. And so it is a message that cuts across all cultures. And so, and given that there's a pandemic, using the platform of virtual global platform, we are able to reach to a lot of people. So yeah, I've always been inspired by Live Aid Africa. And I said, yeah, we can do this. Kaya natin po ito. Taas loob po tayo, Pilipino. Magaling po tayo. This is the inspiration through music and art. And the fact that Filipinos, as I said kanina when I introduced the center, we Filipinos have helped define global culture. How? Through our artists, our icons. And so this is a celebration of the contributions of Filipino artists in the world in the last few decades. This is a milestone in that sense.
Wow, thank you so much, Sir Jerry. Ayan, for the next question, I'll read a question from Kate Adahar of Random Republica. Her question is, anyone can answer from the organizers. In terms of performances, is there a specific theme and who is behind the creative direction?
Okay, I think it is the A-team actually, but based on the creative inspiration of Nympha Games, our chairman, and Jerry Perez de Tagle. A-team just molded it and make it manifest to a concert. So I think we have a representative from the A-team here because they have done such an exceptional job. Is Kirsty here or Direct Pao?
Kirsty is here. Kirsty is here.
Kirsty, just say a few words about the creative direction of this.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kirsty from Alcasi Total Entertainment Artist Management. The concert was directed by creative director is Paolo Bustamante. Concert will also have different testimonials from COVID survivors, from videos from our beneficiaries. So and then also we've asked all the artists to give the songs. So yeah, basically it's a 2 hour and a half show of a really amazing talented artists.
Thank you so much, Kirsty, for the great work that you've done, you and your team. The director is Direct Paolo
Bustamante.
All right. For the next question, this is also medyo showbiz naman tayo, no? This is also for Senator Manny. Senator, would you love your kids Michael and Jimwell to also perform in the concert? This is from Alan Sancon of Stars Photo.
Yes, gusto ko magkaroon sila ng experience sa pagkanta, especially Michael. Gustong-gusto niyang kumanta at gumawa ng kanta. Gusto niya siyang nagko-compose, nag-arrange. So, yung anak ko na si Michael, mahilig talaga sa music, and then yung bahay niya, yung kwarto niya, puro gamit ng music eh. So, sana makita ko sila na na kumakanta sa stage.
Ang second question niyo po, Senator, gaano po kayo ka-supportive sa pagpasok po especially si Jimwell po ni-launch recently as officially as part of the Kapamilya Network po?
Suportado naman namin yung mga anak namin as long as makita lang namin na mabuti para sa kanila. Yun, wala kaming hadlang o tutol doon sa mga gusto nila.
Okay, another question po from Eton Concepcion of Manila Standard. His question is, it's also for you, Senator Manny. Parang nakita kasi din nila na si Miss Pilita Corrales will be joining the concert. Very exciting daw kung magkakaroon po kayo ng duet. Posible raw po bang mangyari ito?
Posible naman. Maganda yan. Gusto ko yung mga kanta niya dati.
Ayan, thank you po, Senator Manny. Po, at this time, tatanungin ko naman po yung we also have from our media from international, kung meron po silang questions. Ayan, please let me know. Maybe Sir Peps Villanueva has a question po.
Or Bob Sosobrado. I saw him here.
Ayan. Yes, kung sino po yung...
Unfortunately, it's 5 in the morning here already. So
Hi, Peps! Peps!
That's why I had my video off. Dahil, if you notice, nakahiga na ako eh. But of course, well, the only thing I could say is we at Filipino TV Europe, all out yung suporta sa project na ito. No? So we'd like to reiterate our commitment to make sure na ma-promote ng gusto ito. In fact, I think Cory, Marites has been coordinating with you para makalabas ka doon sa isang show namin, yung Wednesday show, no? So you could promote it as well. Kung mag-guest ka, sabi niya, they're trying to, well, if you could find a free time, dahil gabi naman dyan sa inyo yun. Because it's in the afternoon here, gabi sa inyo. So hopefully by Wednesday, the show is on Wednesday, if you could be available, so we could promote it to the European market. No?
Okay.
Yeah, because Filipino TV Europe is really concentrating on Europe now with the day. And we also have the Pinoy Radio UK. So dalawa yan, no? Internet radio and internet TV. So promoting it. So as I said, our commitment is there, no?
Thank you, Peps.
Pasensya na, nakahiga na tayo.
Mabuhay kayo.
I see John Melegrito from Washington, D.C. If you're there, John, I would love you to ask a question, whatever you want to ask.
How about Bob Sosobrado? Bob, are you still
Or
there?
others?
Ayan, siguro while we're waiting for the next media question, my question is for Miss Cory. You have done a lot for the country. I mean, a lot of philanthropic works. How different is this project from the previous projects that you did for our fellow Filipinos?
Okay, you know the difference here, right? Is that the digital reach of ABS-CBN is astounding. When we saw the numbers, which is about 60 million, we are able to reach and touch the hearts of millions of Filipinos. And that's the difference. the digital reach and power of ABS-CBN to send a message of help, a message of appeal for the Philippines. That, to me, is a priceless opportunity. This concert, Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi, to unite all Filipinos and to tell them, our fellow Filipinos here need help. It's time to open your hearts, share your hearts, as we say in the concert. So that's the big difference. We're so grateful that Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi is happening.
And I'd like to reiterate po that the concert po is free for everyone.
Oo, yan ang gusto ni Nympha at ni Jerry na dapat libre ang concert, hinaharana na ang buong mundo, libre pa, tumulong ka na.
We have a question po from CBCP. The question is for the beneficiary organizations.
Yes.
What types of projects will the concert be supporting? Like what specifically the projects?
Okay, I think Caritas can answer that as well as Jerry. Right? Got it. Father Tony.
Yeah, magandang hapon po. Because this is really a humanitarian program that we want to address, to have. So mainly yung mga pamilya na nawalan ng trabaho, nawalan ng sabi natin suffering now from hunger and poverty, we will assist them until they can recover. Karamihan to mga pamilya talaga na severely affected by the lockdown.
Thank you, sir. Who else po? The other beneficiaries who are here?
Yes.
Bishop Noel.
Yes, thank you so much, Justin. We're so privileged to be part and to be one of the beneficiaries. In the last 50 years, ang PCEC at ang Philippine Relief and Development Services, we have been responding to all kinds of calamities and disasters in the country. But particularly, here sa COVID-19, nakatulong na tayo sa almost 17,000 families. Ito yung sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng PPEs sa mga mahihirap na community. We have helped also jeepney drivers and tricycle drivers. Nawalan kasi sila ng pasada, so we have given food packs at saka mga vegetables and fish to aid them. And also doon sa mga urban poor communities, tinamaan na sila ng bagyo at ng lahat ng mga klaseng disasters doon sa Batangas, doon sa Visayas. Pagkatapos dumating pa ang COVID, pagkatapos ng Taal volcano eruption. So napakarami nating mga kababayan na nangangailangan ng pagkain at hindi lamang yon, konting puhunan upang makabangon uli sila sa kanilang kabuhayan. Yung mga fish vendors, mga nagtitinda ng gulay sa palengke, at mga mangingisda, mga magsasaka, tinutulungan natin ng konting puhunan. So this is how this help from you as beneficiaries, ito po ang patutunguhan ng ating tulong.
I think from PGH, thank you, Bishop. I think from PGH Med Foundation as well, no? Is Dr. Porong still here?
Yes, I saw Dr. Dana.
Yeah, present.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. The PGH Medical Foundation is one of the beneficiaries of this concert, no? And we're very thankful, partly because also Cory is one of our board of directors. Sabi nga ni Bishop, parang tayo have been beset with a lot of problems from the start, no? Like we have a lot of indigent people, and the PGH, although may may private ward yan. We serve over 1,000 indigent patients daily, no? Yan ang capacity ng hospital. And, you know, if you see them, they cannot even afford for some laboratory tests that, and that's what we do for, on behalf of the PGH Foundation. We help support these patients. And sabi nga ni Bishop, dami natin problema. You know, the PGH has had this problem for a long, long time. Tapos, nag-COVID pa tayo. Tapos, nasunog pa yung PGH. So, nagka-doble-doble yung mga problems natin. And I'm glad that there are people willing to help. So, on behalf of the foundation, maraming salamat. Cory, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Porong. Always there to serve the poor and the helpless. Nakakaawa talaga if you go to the charity wards. Talagang mapapaiyak po kayong lahat. Can we hear from Merly San Pedro, who is Vice President of the Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption? She's here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Cory. Well, on behalf of the Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption, we're very glad to be part of the beneficiaries of this great undertaking of the FABU for this Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi benefit concert. We all know that the goal here is really to unite the voices of Filipinos. Alam niyo po, this pandemic is another form of violence. You all know that VACC for the past 20, now going 23 years, has been providing support to the victims of violence. And with this pandemic, this is another big blow to a lot of victims. Those who have not been able to, they lost their jobs, even lost some members of the family. So another form of violence that hit them. And so we thank FABU for, of course, our chairperson here, Cory Torino, has been so much in touch with the victim's cause, being a victim herself. So we would like, as a beneficiary, we will be continuing our to provide support to the victims of violence, even support specifically our ICAO advocacy. ICAO stands for Ipaglaban Kababaihan Against Violence, and as well as our court watch that are still ongoing. But of course, we're all hampered by the pandemic, by all the restrictions. But this is all, the funds will also be used to provide recovery programs for the victims as well of violence. So again, maraming salamat, of course, Cory, and to the FABU, to Ms. Nempa and also Jerry, for considering us to be your partner by being a beneficiary. And rest assured, we will also do our own part to make sure that we provide the assistance in terms of our collaboration work with PACC and even with the customs. So for all others, for all other goods that will be coming in, we hope that this will go unhampered. No problems with customs, so that this will go directly really into the hands of those who will need this. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Merly San Pedro, Vice President of BACC. Justin,
all right, Ms. Cory. We're down to our last question. I'm really sorry if we can't accommodate any more additional ones. But yeah, for the last question, it's from Paula Perez of Filipino TV in Pinoy Radio UK, and from Robert Frequentino of Manila Bulletin. They happen to have the same question. This is for Ms. Cory and Senator Manny. What words of inspiration can you give our fellow Filipinos na nawala na ng pag-asa ngayong pandemic? Siguro let's start with you, Ms. Cory.
Yes. Nandito kami para sa inyo. Kung kayo po ay nagdudusa, kami rin ay nagdudusa para sa inyo. Kaya po itong konsyerto ay aming very humble attempt to make a difference in your life. So do not lose hope. We are here for you. Filipinos love you. Keep the faith, because with that prayer in your heart, miracles can happen. Don't give up. You are a Filipino.
Sa akin naman, sa aking part is ang masasabi ko sa ating mga kababayan na huwag po tayong sumuko sa buhay. Nandiyan habang tayo ay buhay. Nandiyan ang Panginoon nagagabay sa atin palagi at huwag tayong mawalan ng pag-asa. Kasi kung nawalan ako ng pag-asa noon, hindi ako maging ganito kung saan ako, kung ano yung accomplishment na nagawa ko sa buhay ko. So yan po ang masasabi ko na we're doing this event para makatulong kami sa ating mga kababayan at makapagbigay ng inspirasyon at higit sa lahat po, ang Panginoon po ang makapagbigay sa atin ng kaligayahan, yung saya at na wala pong katumbas. When you have God in your life, make sure that your relationship to God is strong enough para mabigyan ka ng wisdom and peace of mind. We need God in our lives.
Amen.
Okay.
That's very well said, Senator Manny and Miss Cory. Very inspiring. Ayan po, there you have it, the questions from the media. Maraming salamat po to our friends from the media, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, kundi abroad, for joining us this afternoon. Salamat po.
Thank you, Justin. For our inspiring closing remarks, please welcome the chairman of FAVU, Film Voice United, Nympha Dames.
Magandang gabi, magandang araw sa inyong lahat. At sana huwag muna kayong matutulog habang ako'y nagsasalita. Si Peng, nakahiga na. So, most of all, I'd like to thank all the media reporters who are here, who attended, but also most especially to our beloved Senator Manny Pacquiao for joining us in this press conference. His presence is very invaluable, especially in our concert. Lalo na sinabi niya yung kikitahin kung ano man yung endorsements niya ay babalik, lahat ng donations babalik dito sa ating concert to our noble cause. And also special thanks to our special guests, our beneficiaries led by Father Tony Labiao, Bishop Noel Pantoja, and Father Rocky. Buti na lang mahaba pa yung space after Father Rocky spoke before I'm speaking. Kasi kanina hindi ako makapagsalita dahil I'm all emotional. After Father Rocky, gave his speech. And I think yung palang huli kang magsalita, parang nasabi na nilang lahat. Parang nag-usap kami ni Father Rocky on what I'm going to talk about. He already said the exact words. I couldn't believe it. I think people with the same passion to help and to give, I think we don't only share our heart, but we share our minds, right? So I also would like to thank, but before I thank Ms. Cory, let me just start my speech, my closing remark. This all, as you know, started from a vision from God that came to me in a dream. I had a dream I had one night after receiving calls from my impoverished relatives in the Philippines, some of whom are taxi, jeepney, or tricycle drivers, and some pagita or market vendors. I heard God's voice saying one person's help won't be enough, that we should organize a Live Aid concert. In my dream, I dreamt that, like a Live Aid Africa. And for such a short production time, you'll be seeing in a few days how this dream to help in a huge way came true. God not only sent us the vision, but He sent us the angels. No words are enough to express our gratitude to those who partnered with us to make this concert a reality. our amazing artists who donated their time and effort, their resources, our global celebrities led by David Pomeranz, and of course, our beloved Senator Manny Pacquiao, and the rest of our celebrities like Apple the App, Lea Salonga, Regine Velasquez, Ogie Alcacid, Gary Valenciano, Miss Pirita Corrales, and Joy Marie Chan. And also our production team led by our very well-respected, kind, and generous, and beautiful production chair, Miss Cory Quirino. And I also want to thank our cohorts, the other Filipino-American associations in the United States, like the Federation of Philippine-American Chambers of Commerce, headed by Ms. Marie Canning, the president, and also the other Filipino organizations all over the world, like Cloris, who is in UK, and Marilee Bermiliano in in Australia, and Violi, she's also in Australia, and many others who got involved and helped us. Our Isang Tinig, Isang Lahi concert is indeed an amazing evidence that when people with passion to help others come together, nothing is impossible. In such a short few weeks, we are here ready to show all around the world this beautiful concert. This is also proof that when the going gets tough, according to Father Rakian, which I was going to say too, the tough gets going. And true resilient leaders come up to organize and lead the community towards healing and progress. This concert is not just to deliver the urgent and much humanitarian aid, but to deliver joy to the homes of our dear kababayans who have been suffering because of this pandemic. That is why we made it free for those who cannot afford, but will create heroes for those who can afford to donate. May this concert be not just the beginning nor the end. Now that this seed of cooperation and our Bayanihan spirit has been awakened all over the world among the global Filipinos, let us continue to unite and always be ready to help our beloved Philippines. The Philippines has given the world the most number of immigrants, those in different professions, but most especially the world's frontliners, caregivers, care providers, because of our inherently caring qualities. It's now time for us and the rest of the world to give back. I hope each and every one of you in the media will make my words reverberate, and please bear my words in mind so you can share it with the rest of the Filipino community all over the world. We may not be as united, but may this pandemic be a real call to action. Hopefully, now is the dawning of the new era of the proud Filipino global citizen. Let us be proactive, not reactive, in social, civic, and political affairs, especially in policy making in countries where we are, in order not to only be of help and as resource to our kababayans, but because in unity, there is strength and power, social-political power. When we are united, we will be able to protect the future of our children and grandchildren and our inherent values of family, faith, and freedom. And Filipino-American Voice United and the Filipinos Abroad Voices United will always be there to support and provide resources to every rising Filipino world community servant leader. Yung pong panahon ng kalabaw, ay, as our national animal, is behind us. Di po ba yung kalabaw, mag-isa lang trabaho ng trabaho sa lupa, nakatingin lang lagi sa baba? Panahon na po ngayon ng agila na matapang at malakas ang lipad, ng kalapati na pataas ang lipad, at di nakakalimutan ang pinanggalingan. yung homing pigeons, di ba? Bumabalik sa kanilang bahay. From this pandemic, lalo na sana tayong magkaisa para itaguyod ang ating mga karapatan kahit saang sulok ng mundo, nandun ang Pilipino. The lesson we have learned in this pandemic is when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And through leaders, ang mga tunay na bayani are arising to help organize the community towards progress. Yan po ang challenge para sa ating lahat para maitaguyod muli ang ating bansa. Kung tulong-tulong, sama-sama, kaya natin ito. Kahit lindol, bagyo, pandemya, di tayo susuko. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Nympha Games, Chairman of FABU, Phil-Am Voice United. And this officially ends our press conference unless we want to hear more from Janet Marco. Was she able to finish what she had to share with us? Jerry, if not, we'll close this press conference.
Corey, I forgot to mention her. We are so heartfully thankful for her help.
Yeah,
She's
Janet,
another angel.
are you still here, Janet? Please, if you're still here. Parang
Done. All right. So thank you so much, Jerry Perez Atagle and Nympha Games, and to all our press friends. Mabuhay po kayong lahat, and to all our special guests who have stayed with us for 2 hours. Bishop, Noel, Father Tony, all the beneficiaries who are here, Father Rocky, and Dr. Porong. Who else should we thank, Arlene? ABS-CBN Foundation. Lahat po kayo, mabuhay po kayong lahat. Arlene, anyone else to say thank you to?
Well, of course, all the other international press, our press friends for attending the conference. We will be sending you a press kit. If whoever, you can send your email address so that we can send you the press kit. And please share with us whatever it is that you're going to write about this humanitarian endeavor. And maraming salamat po ulit for attending this press con. And let us unite as one, Filipino, isang tinig, isang lahi, like the Philippines. Please get your tickets free sa ktx.ph, and also please visit our website, isangtinig.org. Marami pong salamat.
Okay, maraming salamat
Thank
sa
you.
ating lahat. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. God bless you.
Corey.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good day.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Bishop.
Bishop, ang ganda ng speech mo, Bishop.
Thank you, Jerry, Corey.
Thank you, Father Rocky. Thank you, Father Tony. Thank you so much.
Still here. Salamat. Thank you.
Thank you